There is a pain you learn to hide, a pain you never posted about, a pain you never turned into a prayer request, a pain you buried under, "I'm fine," a pain you disguised with a smile. But hear me clearly today. God sees the pain you never say. He sees the tears you wiped before anyone walked into the room. He sees the weight you carry without complaint. He sees the nights you stare at the ceiling asking questions you don't even have the courage to speak out loud. And what breaks you does not escape him. We live in a world that only responds to what is expressed. There is a pain you carry that no one sees. You put on a brave face, you smile, you laugh, you act like everything is fine, but deep down, there are wounds no one knows about. There are moments when the weight of life presses on your chest, when the quiet hurts inside you feel unbearable, but you don't say a word. You've trained yourself to hide it, to push it down, to convince the world and even yourself that you're okay. But just because it's hidden doesn't mean it's invisible. God sees the pain you never express. He sees the tears that fall when the world isn't looking. He sees the nights you lie awake, wrestling with thoughts and fears you can't even speak aloud. He notices the battles you fight internally, the disappointments you swallow, the rejections you endure silently, and the dreams that seem to fade without explanation. He knows the weight on your heart, even when no one else does. You may feel like you have to carry it alone, that admitting it would be a sign of weakness, or that the world won't understand. But God understands every unspoken word, every silent cry, every hidden struggle. The pain you never say is still fully known to him. Every sigh, every tear, every heavy step is recorded in his awareness. You may feel invisible, overlooked, or forgotten, but nothing escapes his sight. Every part of your inner struggle is visible to him, and every unexpressed hurt is seen and held by a God who never misses what is hidden. Even when you feel like you're completely alone, even when no one notices the battles you fight behind closed doors, he sees. He sees the pain you keep inside, the fears you can't articulate, the burdens you quietly bear, and the struggles that never make it to the surface. Pain that remains hidden often does the deepest work in your life. When you carry burdens quietly, without complaining or asking for help, something inside you is being strengthened in ways you may not even realize. Hidden pain builds hidden strength because it forces you to rely on more than just yourself. It forces you to dig deep, to find courage you didn't know you had, and to develop resilience that cannot be taught or borrowed from anyone else. When no one is watching, you learn to persevere purely out of necessity, out of determination, out of faith that there is a reason for what you are enduring. The challenges you face in silence teach patience, discipline, and endurance. Each trial you face privately, each disappointment you swallow without protest, adds layers to your character and prepares you for seasons of life that demand more than surface level strength. You learn to stand firm when the world is unaware of the storms around you. Hidden pain also cultivates empathy and compassion. Because you have experienced struggle unseen, you become capable of understanding and supporting others in ways that only those who have walked through quiet suffering can. It teaches humility, reminding you that strength is not always loud or visible. True strength often grows in the background, quietly, steadily, without recognition. It forces you to trust in something bigger than yourself, to lean on God in ways that aren't dependent on human validation or applause. Hidden pain is a teacher shaping your mind, your heart, and your spirit. It molds endurance into a skill, patience into a habit, and faith into a foundation. It is in the moments of private struggle, when you feel weak and unseen, that God's refining work is most active, carving out in you the strength that will sustain you in every challenge that lies ahead, and preparing you for the victories that are not yet visible. There is a quiet power in enduring pain that goes unnoticed by the world. When you suffer in silence, when you keep your struggles to yourself, it may feel like no one sees or cares, but God does. Silent endurance is noticed by Him, even when people don't see it. The world measures strength by outward displays, by loud declarations and visible victories. But God measures strength by faithfulness, perseverance, and courage in the unseen moments. Every day that you continue to rise, every time you take a step forward, despite the heaviness in your heart, every time you smile when you feel like crying, God notices it. The resilience you display in private is far more valuable than any recognition the world can give, because it comes from a place of authenticity, honesty, and trust. Silent endurance also builds spiritual depth. It teaches you to depend on God rather than on human validation. When no one applauds, when no one witnesses your effort, your perseverance becomes a demonstration of your faith, your trust in God, and your ability to stay committed to what is right even when it is difficult. People may assume that because you don't complain, you are unaffected, but God sees the truth. He sees the effort behind the effort, the tears behind the smile, the prayer behind the silence. Silent endurance also prepares you for seasons when you will be called to lead, to encourage, to guide others through their pain. Those who have learned to endure quietly can empathize deeply, understand more fully, and provide strength to others in ways that those who have only experienced outward victories cannot. God honors those who persevere in private, those who remain faithful when the world doesn't notice, and those who continue to trust and obey even in the moments when it would be easier to give up. Silent endurance becomes a testimony that speaks louder than words ever could, a story written in resilience, faith, and unseen strength. There are seasons in life when God allows you to face challenges privately, to endure struggles quietly, and to navigate storms without the applause or recognition of others. God works in private seasons to develop character and resilience. These moments are not random or meaningless. They are intentional. When you feel isolated, when it seems like no one is there to support you or understand what you're going through, God is actively shaping you in ways that cannot happen in public. He is refining your heart, strengthening your spirit, and building the kind of resilience that can only come through unseen trials. Private seasons teach lessons that visibility cannot. You learn patience when no one is watching. You develop humility when there is no applause. You cultivate faith when the outcomes are uncertain and no one else is around to encourage you. These seasons force you to confront your fears, wrestle with doubts, and trust in God's timing, even when it doesn't make sense. They challenge you to depend on God rather than on human approval or validation. Your perseverance in these private moments becomes the foundation of unshakable character, the type that cannot be easily swayed or broken by future difficulties. Resilience formed in secrecy is often stronger and more enduring than strength built in the spotlight, because it is tested without recognition. God uses these quiet times to prepare you for responsibility, leadership, and purpose. He equips you to handle challenges that will require courage, discernment, and endurance. What you endure privately develops depth, empathy, and wisdom that can impact not only your life, but also the lives of those you will influence. These private seasons, though difficult and often lonely, are the laboratories of divine growth, where character is formed, faith is deepened, and resilience is perfected. The world may not see it, but God sees, and His work in these moments is deliberate and precise. The struggles you face, especially the ones you endure quietly, are not random. They are preparing you for something greater. Your unseen struggles prepare you for future breakthroughs. Every disappointment, every closed door, every delay that felt unfair, and every moment of confusion is a part of a divine process designed to equip you for the next season of your life. Sometimes, when you feel stuck, when it seems like nothing is moving forward, or when the world appears to have forgotten you, it is in that very waiting that God is preparing you. He is equipping your mind, heart, and spirit for opportunities and victories that require more than just surface level readiness. Hidden struggles refine your character. They teach patience when circumstances are difficult. They develop endurance when challenges feel endless. They cultivate wisdom when experience alone cannot provide the lessons you need. The obstacles you face in private are often shaping your discernment, sharpening your decision making, and strengthening your ability to handle what others cannot. What you endure quietly is molding your perspective, teaching you to recognize opportunities that others might overlook, and preparing you to respond with faith, courage, and integrity. Sometimes the breakthrough is delayed not because God is unaware, but because He is perfecting your readiness. He is ensuring that when the door opens, you are fully equipped to walk through it successfully and sustain what comes after. Every silent struggle, every moment of hidden pain, every disappointment that feels unexplainable is laying a foundation for something far greater than you can imagine. You may feel unprepared or overwhelmed now, but God is using these struggles to prepare you for a life marked by purpose, influence, and victory. The lessons, strength, and wisdom gained through these challenges will serve as tools for your future, shaping you into someone capable of handling the responsibilities and opportunities that lie ahead. The challenges and struggles you face, especially the ones you endure quietly, are shaping you for something greater than what you can see right now. Your unseen struggles prepare you for future breakthroughs by equipping you with the strength, wisdom, and resilience you will need when the right opportunity arrives. Every closed door, every rejection, every delay, and every moment of confusion is part of a process designed to ready you for the next chapter of your life. Often, when it feels like nothing is happening and the world has forgotten you, that is precisely when God is working behind the scenes, molding and preparing you for what lies ahead. The pain and difficulties you experience privately teach lessons that public victories cannot. They cultivate patience in waiting, endurance in hardship, and perseverance when circumstances are unclear. These silent struggles strengthen your faith and deepen your understanding of your own character. They teach you to trust in divine timing and to rely on God rather than human validation or recognition. Hidden challenges also sharpen your discernment, helping you to make better decisions and respond to opportunities with clarity and wisdom. The preparation you receive through quiet, unseen struggles ensures that when a breakthrough comes, you are ready to step into it fully and sustain it. They equip you to handle responsibilities that might otherwise overwhelm you, preparing you to walk into moments of success with confidence and purpose. Every disappointment and every delay is laying the foundation for greater things ahead. The struggles you endure are not wasted. They are forming the skills, resilience, and character you will need to thrive. Even though it is difficult to see while you are in the midst of it, these unseen trials are the very tools being used to ready you for the victories that are coming. Faithful perseverance in silence carries a power that the world often cannot see. When you continue to trust, obey, and show up even when circumstances seem impossible, when no one applauds, and when no one notices your effort, God is taking careful note. Faithful perseverance in silence leads to divine response and blessings. It is in the moments when everything around you seems uncertain, when outcomes are unclear, and when your own strength feels insufficient, that your quiet faith matters the most. Continuing to act with integrity, to love when it is hard, and to remain committed to your purpose, even in solitude, is what builds unshakable character. Perseverance in silence teaches you to rely on God fully rather than seeking human approval or recognition. The consistency of your faith, even when unobserved, forms a foundation that no setback can shake and no criticism can crumble. It allows you to develop patience, endurance, and wisdom, all while remaining unseen by the world. God honors those who persevere quietly, those who remain faithful when no one else does, and those who trust Him in the unseen seasons of life. Your unseen obedience creates opportunities for breakthrough, favor, and divine intervention in ways you could not manufacture on your own. When you keep going despite discouragement, when you continue to pray, even when answers seem delayed, when you stay committed, even when others doubt, God positions blessings that align perfectly with His timing. Faithful perseverance builds spiritual strength, equipping you to face future challenges with confidence and stability. It teaches resilience in a way that public recognition never could. The blessings that come as a result of quiet faith are often more profound and lasting because they are rooted in character, trust, and integrity rather than in human attention or praise. Every act of silent obedience is a step toward a breakthrough that will exceed what you could accomplish alone, preparing you for the fulfillment of promises that were previously unseen. In every moment of hidden struggle, every silent tear, and every burden you carry alone, know this: God sees you. He notices the pain you never say, the endurance no one applauds, and the faith you maintain in secrecy. Your hidden struggles are not wasted. They are shaping your character, building resilience, and preparing you for breakthroughs that will transform your life. The moments when you feel unseen are the very seasons where God is working most powerfully behind the scenes, developing strength, wisdom, and courage that only emerge through perseverance in silence. Trust in His